Hey everyone, and welcome to the Creative Commons podcast, where we congregate in the common room to talk about the creative industry. Today we're going to be focusing on one of the rising stars of Twitch, one of the most charismatic figures in the streaming space, a streamer and YouTuber who is known for his variety live streams, comedy sketches, dating advice, and more, the man of many nicknames, Will Neff. Whether you call him Will Neff, the king of late night, React God, Precog Willie, the sandwich connoisseur, Coach Neff, Billy Nosh, Donna, or one of the many other names he goes by, the man is a savant in the content creation space and one hell of an entertainer. Will Neff is a 33-year-old American who lives in Los Angeles, California. He started streaming on Twitch in 2020, and since then, he has amassed over 300,000 followers on the platform. He's also a member of the esports organization 100 Thieves and has collaborated with many other popular streamers and celebrities. But before we dive into his amazing content and achievements, let's take a look at his background and how he got started on Twitch. Will Neff was born on September 14, 1989. He was raised in Princeton, New Jersey, and went to school at Blair Academy in Blairstown, New Jersey, an elite private boarding school. He went to undergrad and grad school at Elon University in Elon, North Carolina, according to his LinkedIn page, where he studied game and interactive media design. He grew up with a love for comedy and entertainment and was influenced by comedians like Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, and Louis C.K. After college, Will moved to Chicago and San Francisco before settling in Los Angeles to work at BuzzFeed, where he would learn how to make content. After moving to Los Angeles, Will started to study film and started acting in BuzzFeed productions as well as in independent projects. Will also went on to study improv comedy at the famous Groundlings in Los Angeles. Will has said that he is heavily inspired by Chris Farley and even named his dog after him. After working at BuzzFeed, Will would work for the Young Turks, where he would meet Hassan Piker. Will has said in the past that he knew of Hassan from his time at Rutgers, because Will grew up around the area and may have spent some time there before he went to Elon University, but didn't know him that well. When they met in Los Angeles, they quickly became best friends and would work together often, as Will would show up on Hassan's streams. Hassan convinced Will to start streaming, and in 2020, Will would start his journey in the streaming space. Will would get a big break when he was invited to play Among Us with Hassan and the people at OTV, which included Pokimane. Will would go on to rage at Hassan in a now infamous clip where Hassan gaslit Will into quitting Among Us, and Pokimane would call out Will for malding, a term which means getting unreasonably upset because something is unfair or stupid. Will Neff's content is very diverse and entertaining. He does everything from gaming to reacting to hosting game shows to interviewing celebrities. Some of his most notable projects include Name Your Price, a game show where contestants have to guess the price of various items and services, co-hosted by Austin Show and Justin Minks. The show features hilarious interactions between the hosts and the guests, as well as some surprising twists and turns. Hey Donna, a dating advice show where Will plays a character named Donna, who gives hilarious and sometimes questionable tips to callers. Donna is a sassy and confident woman who claims to be an expert on love and relationships, but often gives contradictory or absurd advice. For example, in one episode, she told a caller to dump his girlfriend because she was a vegan, and then suggested that he should date her instead. Will also appears on other people's live streams, such as Ludwig's Mogul Money, XQC's Juiced, and Point Crow's live version of Mario Party called Point Crow Party. Will is quite possibly one of the most sought-after guests, as he has appeared on almost every channel that hosts collaborations on Twitch. Slowly but surely, Will Neff carved out an audience of dedicated and enthusiastic fans who show up consistently for him, often maintaining an average viewership of 5,000 concurrent viewers. What attracts people to view him almost every night is his wit, charisma, charm, and comedic sense. On a platform that focuses on live content, improv comedy mixed with an eclectic knowledge of movies and video games can make you stand out from the crowd. Nobody makes content like Will. He has sponsored a racing pig with the help of 100 Thieves. He beat Backyard Baseball with the statistically worst team possible. And he's even one of the first 1,000 people to reach level 100 in Diablo 4, which earned him his name on a statue at Blizzard HQ. Will Neff's humor and charisma have earned him a loyal fan base and a lot of praise from his peers. He has also faced some challenges and controversies along the way, such as claiming that Saturday Night Live stole his sketch and lied about it in 2020. Will said that he applied to join the show as a writer and submitted a sketch that he wrote and performed. He later saw that SNL aired a very similar sketch and accused them of plagiarism. He also said that SNL contacted him and offered him a job, but then ghosted him, alleging that Twitch intentionally delayed his contract negotiations in 2021. Will said that Twitch informed him in September that his contract would expire the following month and that they would renegotiate with him. However, he claimed that Twitch never got back to him until October 10th when they finally offered a very low deal. He said that Twitch did this on purpose to pressure him into accepting a bad contract. Dealing with pressure and expectations of being a content creator in a competitive and demanding industry. Will has admitted that he sometimes struggles with anxiety, stress, burnout, and imposter syndrome. He said that he often feels like he has to constantly innovate and improve his content, or else he will lose his audience and his relevance. He has also said that he sometimes doubts his own abilities and worth. Will Neff revived his podcast with Hassan Piker called Fear and in 2022, and in 2023 they added Austin Show and QT Cinderella as co-hosts. I highly recommend that you check it out, because they cover internet and pop culture, and usually have guests on that are high profile like Moist Critical and Ludwig. It is also surprisingly entertaining. Will Neff is successful because he is smart, charismatic, funny, and determined. He has mentioned before how he is the master of quote-unquote eating shit. When you put your mind to something and do anything and everything possible to achieve it, success is inevitable. Will has proved this over and over. He started at BuzzFeed in the early 2010s when it was notoriously a tough place to work. He's told stories on his stream that would shock most people about his time working there, where he had to put his body on the line for his job consistently. Will commits to the bit no matter what, and this is apparent in everything he does. But more than anything, his mental fortitude is what has allowed him to thrive in these niches nobody else wants to touch, working more hours than most, doing more than most, and going further than most would. Of course, a little luck and timing played a role in his success, but the determination to continue trudging through the grueling entertainment industry in Los Angeles has allowed him to capitalize on the opportunities that came his way. So if there's one thing that anyone should take away from this, from learning about Will Neff, it is that the main factor that makes someone successful is persistence, determination, and a solid mental fortitude. The reason I decided to highlight Will Neff this way, instead of the many other more famous content creators who have also defied the odds and forged success in the content creation space, is because Will is a great example of putting your head down and grinding away no matter how well it turns out in the short term. Will excels at forcing himself to grind no matter what. It is okay to change your tactics as long as your goals stay the same, but if you want to be successful, you have to be like Will and stick to the path you are forging for yourself. Don't give up on your goals when you run into a dead end. You have to pivot your approach, not turn around and give up. I've talked a lot about his successes, but with every success there are countless failures that you don't see. For instance, his podcast failed at first. They had signed up with a service that took advantage of them and didn't promote them. After changing their name and rebranding, it is one of the most successful podcasts on Patreon. Will Neff is a great example of someone who is passionate, creative, and hardworking. He is always trying new things and pushing himself to improve. He is also very humble and grateful for his successes and his community. If you want to check out Will Neff's content, you can find him on Twitch at twitch.tv/Will Neff, on YouTube at youtube.com/Will Neff, or on Twitter and Instagram at the Will Neff. You can also join his Discord server, his subreddit, or his Linktree to stay updated on his latest news and events. Thank you for listening to this episode of Creative Commons. Please check us out on all major streaming platforms where you find all of your favorite podcasts. For more information about the creative industry, we'll catch you next time on the Creative Commons podcast.